Time to soar high yet again, Skyhawks fans, and it is your TV Quinte proudly presenting CJFL action with your Quinte Skyhawks 6-1 loss against the defending national champs last week.
Checking out the standings here, obviously London in the first spot, place that they're frequented to be. St. Clair Saints, the defending national champions, sitting in third. Lots of football left to be played this season, but Skyhawks certainly looking to crawl up these rankings as much as they can. And
the Cougars not getting any love. Remember, they do have 2 points when they got the victory in week 1 over the GTA Grizzlies, as I was just talking about. That took place on Friday, August 1st. Jaden Trudeau was actually credited with the first ever touchdown in Cougars history. It came off of an 84-yard punt return. And remember, for the Cougars, their third straight road game to start off 2025. They'll play their first home game against Hamilton Saturday, August 23rd at Rocky DiPietro Field. So, 0 for 3 with the Quinte Skyhawks. We get a fake punt attempt coming down the near side of Mumbako. He needs 3 yards to gain. He gets a healthy push as the scrum moves over the 40. It's a first down and some trickery early from the Cougars.
Gotta be awake, gotta be alert, especially at the start of the game. It's a sleepy afternoon, it's hot, but guess what? The Cougars showed up to play, and they showed it right there with that trick play.
So they caught everybody off guard. It's a quick note to make. No black uniforms as we saw last week for the Quinte Skyhawks in their new era look. We see that teal blue, sort of the baby blue sound crew out on the field here at Loyalist College.
And you know, one of those early things about doing things like that, getting a trick play off, keeping the defense on the field, in this heat later on in the game, it's going to make a difference.
McGarity takes the snap, hands it off to Mustafa. He caters off to the left side. Misses one tackle by Calvert. Staying on his feet, mama, there goes that man. Touchdown, Sioux. It's a 38-yard touchdown gallop for Mustafa, and it's a 6-0 lead early for the visiting Cougars.
And
the handoff, Mustafa right up the gut like a hot knife through butter. Mustafa into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. A 33-yard strike from Mustafa's second of the game.
I mean, the Mustafa show continues. What more can you say? He can do it in open space. He can do it outside between the tackles. He can do it as a blocker. Really, really good job here. And you know, when I watch this run specifically, stiff-arming guys, fighting guys off all the way down to the line, he reminds me of a prime Adrian Peterson, the way he's able to fight through contact while keeping those legs churning all the way to the house for 6.
I think that could be the highlight of the week. Weber surveying the situation, out of the gun, takes the snap, second and short, hands it right back to Roden. Roden only needed 2 yards. He gains 3 up to the 49-yard line of the Skyhawks zone, and they move the chains. Ryan talked about, we got the Canadian football fact of the day. It was August 14th, 1958, over 67 years ago. Edmonton and Winnipeg faced off in what was the first ever CFL game. The league was formed when the Canadian Football Council left the Canadian Rugby Union and reorganized itself as the Canadian Football League. Winnipeg won the first official game over Edmonton, 29-21. That's a live ball. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Skyhawks. The pass went back against the grain, and I believe the first Skyhawk to jump onto the biscuit is Nathan Clark. Now the officials are saying that's incomplete. Ryan, I disagree with that.
I don't know. I'm gonna side with the Stripes here. Just looking at that one, more of a mental mistake by the quarterback. The ball was thrown behind him, as we'll get another look at it here. Just a quick hitter to the outside on a screen pass for the running back, rather, swinging out there. You can see the ball was behind, but I don't really think he ever had possession of that one. Bounced off his hands.
No, but the pass, in my perspective, I don't know if we can see one more replay after this play. Grayson Weber is flushed out of the pocket. He'll flush himself over to that right side, try to direct traffic. He'll be sacked instead. A huge play to come in by Ben Herter.
I see what you meant on that last play.
He has to throw it at least to the line of scrimmage or beyond. If he throws it behind the receiver and is behind him, that's a live ball. It's a fumble, and I thought that was a fumble. Now we see Weber trying to make something out of nothing here, but Herter, like a bull through the china shop.
Yeah, one difference we're going to see between Weber and the former quarterback is the size, right? You know, Weber's a lot bigger. He's not quite as mobile, showing his prowess there.
Quarterbacks combined for 4 INTs, including a pick 6 in the fourth quarter. 2, make that 3 run to the line. William Calvert has a man open. Instead, it's picked off by the Cougars through midfield with some momentum. It's Gauthier with a block in front of him. cuts back in, shrugs one more tackle. Gauthier goes all the way for the pick six for the Cougars. Oh my word.
And just like that, the momentum swings back in the other direction. I liked the read by the quarterback, but to me, I was watching that wide receiver as he was going up the field. I'll get another look at it here. You can see, creeps up to the line. He's wide open on the seam in the middle. He never looked back for the ball.
But the defensive back in Gauthier read it like a textbook, and as a result, he speeds all the way down the field. And I like how he broke off of one more tackle there to make sure pay dirt was all but secured.
And to me, that comes back to what the coaching staff was telling us about before the game. Mental mistakes, taking what's there.
So man in motion to the near side of the field. That's Garrett Murrell. 3 run to the line. The quarterback looks to go to the air. The pocket is collapsing. What's he going to do? Rotating over to his right side. Fires this ball. It's caught by Isaiah Lockwood. Lockwood breaks off of one tackle, fighting towards the first down marker, and he's got it. Eventually tackled down by Ethan Carcini, but Isaiah Lockwood with some extra muscle moves the chains.
I really like the work there by Graham, to be honest. The pocket collapsed on him after about a second and a half, 2 seconds, as we'll take another look here. Really good job managing the pocket, understanding when he needs to move, and looking downfield for an open receiver, finding him right along the sideline there. All good fundamentals there.
And to your point, allowed himself some more time by buying himself some more time. 3 targets now to his left side. He's got Van Dyke to his right. Pocket collapsing again. He gets some separation. Deja vu all over again here, Ryan. Trying to find Isaiah Lockwood just out of the outstretched arms as he had Anifuaso also defending him on the other side of the ball.
If I'm Lockwood, I really want that one back. That was a well-thrown ball by the quarterback. Now, right on the sidelines, he had a man draped on him, but I think that was placed really, really, really well.
So the Waterloo quarterback wearing the Guardian cap once again avoids the pressure. And as you mentioned, maybe just over the head of Isaiah Lockwood. Remember, like we talked about before, he only needs to get the one leg down here in the CJFL. 2nd and 10 now for the Skyhawks. Down by 21 points here at home. 3 swag to the line. They're going back to the aerial assault. Once again, the quarterback's going to hang on to this ball. Has green grass in front of him. It's a first down and more. He's got to block up the field. The quarterback eventually shoved out of bounds around the 10-yard line, but not before gaining 40 yards on the play.
I am really impressed with Graham's work on this drive. It's like he's a completely different player coming off the rest of the game so far. I didn't see anything offensively, really, from the Skyhawks up to this point, but Graham took this drive and put the team on his back so far, getting down to the 2.
As we'll take a look at it here on the Your TV Quinte replay, using his speed, and if it wasn't for the desperation push by...
Job generating pressure, but he's handled himself pretty well back there.
And he's done it himself a handful of times. Let's see what he does on this drive. It's going to be a handoff to start it off. Right at the line of scrimmage, he's touched. He'll gain about 3 yards this time. That's Ndibusi, Chike Ndibusi. And something that's driving me nuts, I don't know why, but Isaiah Lockwood's main numbers have stripped off of his back. It's almost like he's a hidden phantom out there. You still see the 19 in lime, but the black is somehow ripped off the back of his jersey. It just shows you, even as a wide receiver, how physical this game's been on everybody. As you see him come to the near sidelines, we'll see if Wesley Graham decides to target him. 3 options to his left side. It is to Lockwood. Lockwood reels it down, splits through some defenders, and it's a shoestring tackle by Jonathan Davis at the 55-yard line, potentially denying Isaiah Lockwood a TD.
I think that is the longest single offensive play the Skyhawks have had today. Good pass. Great job by the receiver to actually follow the ball. It was a little away from him. He did a good job of kind of jumping between those 2 defenders to grab that, and boy, he could have been gone to the house there.
Oh, my word. If Davis doesn't trip him up there at the 55, he's gone. Nothing but 50-plus yards of open Loyalist blue Kentucky.
Now, too.
Graham, with options to his left side, is going to hand this ball off. They need a bubble screen block, and they're going to get it. Down to the near side, hanging onto the rock, and eventually shoved out of bounds with a face mask hit. If you ask me, at the 43-yard line, it should be a gain of 33 yards plus some penalty yardage. A healthy run from Hayden Bauer.
Yeah, really good job by Bauer to find the open space. He just for a second almost got caught, but using the edge to...
As we take a look at it on the replay here, you'll see Bauer is already being tackled by 2 Cougars. And as a result, Gauthier comes at the very tail end. You know what? I'm not a fan of that penalty as I see that. Now the ball is miscued and the Cougars recover. Sioux ball, Denver Mina. Right place, right time after you got to give them every rep you can, although I thought at this point, given the scoreboard, we might see a Bruza or LaFive, the other 2 quarterbacks we saw last week versus the Saints. 3 options, run to the line. As Calvert surveys the situation, Calvert was right around the line of scrimmage, going to whip this one down the field into triple coverage, and I think the near sideline judge saw that there was, well, hit on the quarterback, but the officials are picking up the flag, and that's the ball game. Cougars win, and the first ever matchup between the Sault Ste. Marie Cougars and the Quinte Skyhawks. The Cougars come all the way down to Belleville, Ontario, 852 kilometers away, and prevail 43-0. Sam Mustafa with 2 rushing touchdowns in the opening quarter. Decaden Gauthier with an INTTD, a Price touchdown catch from Weber, an Ethan Carchidi touchdown run, a Matty Tucker touchdown run, and then a Rouge gave us the final score. As I mentioned before, the Quinte Skyhawks are back in action next week. They are on the road to take on the GTA Grizzlies. Our next home broadcast, though, is on the screen. It's not a Saturday contest. No. It'll be Fun Day Sunday. That's what the Funs say. It's a 1 p.m. game when they take on the much-rivaled Ottawa Sooners here at Loyalist College. But again, it is a 43-0 final for the Sault Ste. Marie Cougars, who, let's face it, are now victorious, and they go to 2-1 in the regular season. They will now go and play their first ever home game next week when they take on the Hamilton Hurricanes. And as we mentioned in the tail end of that second half, Ryan, it's got to feel good to get the shutout here in Quinte and to go home for homecoming.
And if you're the Skyhawks, this is another pill you have to swallow. You know, you can't get this game back, but what you can do is take the lessons you learned, take the reps that you got. You know, every part of the game is to improve.